song off of High How Are You?
Well, I guess I really like Desperate Man Blues. I sang with that, this jazz record that my sister, I was staying with my sister in San Marcos. And it's Johnny Dankworth's orchestra, jazz instrumental album, you know, from like the 30s or something.
Okay.
And I was just looking at it and it had this one song called Desperate Dan, you know. And so I said, well, I identify with that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I played it, you know, and then I kept playing it over and over again, you know. And then I wrote, you know, then I made it into a song, Desperate Man Blues, you know. It was Desperate Dan Blues,
yeah.
That's what it was, you know. So. But I remembered, just when I was recording it, the one that you hear on the album, it goes, I'm lonely, sorry, I'm lonely, scared, you know, scared, sad, sorry, man. Just before I said the word scared, something fell off the shelf right behind me, and it scared me, and I scared, lonely, scared. Did you hear the tape? You know? But despair definitely came knocking.
So, what?
But I don't answer that door no more.
So, where'd you guys walking the cow?
Well, I was cutting all these little pictures, anything that was like a little picture, like, you know, like a drawing, like shrunk, reduced in size in newspapers or something. And I would glue them onto the pages of my notebook. So when I turned to that page, I would look at the picture and think of a song or something.
Oh, great.
So I cut out this Borden's ice cream. They have the little girl walking the cow. I cut that out and I glued it in with a bunch of pictures. So later, when I picked up the chord organ, I just opened that page and I saw that picture and I wrote "Walking the Cow." You know.
Sounds like a pretty good way to write a song.
Yeah.
You make up that way or learn it from someone? So, you make up that method of writing songs? Or
yeah, I just, you know, well, I like to, you know, I was all, you know, doing collages and stuff, and, you know, I mean, you know, I always like to, you know, my notebooks, any picture that I like or something, I would put in like a notebook, which would be a diary and a songbook or songs or whatever. You know.
When did you first start writing songs? When you were real little?
Not really. You know, I always, well, as young as I can remember, I mean, I knew, or I thought, you know, that I was an artist, you know, and nobody ever told me that or anything. Nobody ever told me, hey, you're going to be famous. I mean, not when I was that young, but I always believed it. I don't know where I got the idea. I mean, it's just like, I always thought it. As young as I can remember, I mean, you know, 3 or 4, you know, 3 years old, you can barely remember that far, but that's, you know, the way I thought, you know. And, but I knew I was an artist, and I always drew pictures. And I remember in elementary school, my in 6th grade, like the day when school was over, the principal took me in his office, you know. And he always told me that I was his favorite student, you know. And but I was like always in trouble. And like he pulled out this file and I was like this, you know, all my transgressions or whatever. And he said, this is all in your past, you know, and he threw it in the trash. And then he says, Daniel, just what are you going to do? What are you going to do without me? You know? And I said, I'm going to be an artist. And that stumped him, you know, he didn't have anything to say. Because I had an answer. You know?
Right.
But so growing up, I started drawing and then was in the comic books, you know, and my favorite comic book artist was Jack Kirby. So what I imagined was that I was going to be a comic book artist, and I wanted to draw Captain America, and I wanted to be as good as Jack Kirby. It was great.
Yeah.
And but I never imagined anything about the music, you know, and I really wasn't into music, really. But when I was in high school, I was about 18 years old, and then, I got into the Beatles, and I remember, like, the first time that I really got a good listen of them, thinking, I didn't know music could be like this. I didn't know it could suggest these kind of ideas, And then I decided that I wanted to be the Beatles.
Yeah.
And now I had piano lessons when I was young, and I could read music, but I had gotten away from it, But anyway, when I decided I wanted to be the Beatles, my parents bought me a little cheap guitar, and I just couldn't do anything with it. And I was real disappointed when I found out I couldn't sing, because I figured that, after listening to the Beatles, and I thought, well, that I could just sound just like them right away,
Yeah.
And but that wasn't the way it was, and so I couldn't do anything with guitar, so I started fooling about on the piano, and then I started figuring that out after a while,